Test some shit out. Check.
Check one, check two.
Check 2, 3, 4. We can all hear each other.
Yeah.
Yo.
All right. So what we'll do is I won't play the songs. We'll just be like, all right, listen to blah 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 blah, and then wait a couple seconds, and it's like, all right, we're back, and then I'll go in later and I'll change everything. Make it.
Well, I'm not going to know some of the songs.
That's all right. Listen, that's all right. that's what Super Action Talk's all about. Okay. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 73 of Super Action Talk. Hey, who's in the Action Talk studio today?
What's going on? AP in the house.
And who's this new guy over here?
Chris Lamb in the house.
Chris Lamb from, is that realknoxvillemusic.com?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my God. We were just on your show.
Yeah, you were. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Would you say that we were the best guests that you've ever had?
Boo! You're tied with the best guest for sure.
Oh, yeah? Who's better than us?
Nobody. You're tied.
Okay.
Nobody's better.
Nice. I was looking for that one. All right. So we are going to talk about music that we're currently listening to.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what this episode's all about.
What's being played in the cars?
Huh?
What's being played in the cars? You know?
Yeah,
That's what you're doing most here.
Okay.
That's what you're doing most here.
I thought you were talking about Cars the band.
No.
Yeah, what's Cars doing these days?
Well, it's Sting, dude. No.
So welcome to Super Action Talk.
It's super actiony already.
So how long have you been? Let's talk to Chris. Let's do that before we get into the music.
Cool.
That's what you're supposed to do on these things. So tell us about your affiliation with realknoxvillemusic.com.
So realknoxvillemusic.com is a website I started back in 2020, February of 2020. Perfect time to start any business right before the world shuts down.
Yeah.
We run an internet radio station that plays local Knoxville and East Tennessee music 24/7, and we have radio shows where we bring musicians up in the Sun Sphere where our studio is, and
awesome studio, by the way.
Definitely. Yeah, I love it. I feel blessed to have it. And then sometimes I play some music up there. Sometimes we just talk about some music. Sometimes we play the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And we just have a good time.
Yeah.
And, try to help support the local music community.
You have a very good view.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great.
It's beautiful.
Look over the mountains and the Tennessee River, and we can see Gay Street Bridge and the Hensley Street Bridge,
mm-hmm.
and then you can also see all of UT, including Neyland Stadium, and which that area is so green these days.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize until this spring, but it's just like
jungle status.
Yeah, it really is
crazy.
Huh. That's cool. So does anybody else work with you?
Yeah. So I rarely host shows anymore. I just do it for the special guests like you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Roll it out for the VIPs.
Exactly.
Dude.
Yeah. I hardly ever do it anymore. So I just do the ones that I don't know, ones that I have a personal connection
mm-hmm.
with, or just something I'm really excited about doing, or something I don't want somebody else to screw up.
Okay.
But no, I've got Will Ross hosts a show every Monday. It's called Bass Jam, and he brings bands in and plays bass with them on their music. He plays an upright bass.
Oh, that's neat.
He plays with them on their music and then talks about the music and stuff. And then Thursdays we've got 2 shows. We've got one at Barley's at 6 o'clock called the 6 o'clock Swerve.
Oh, you guys handle that?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, live show at Barley's. And then right after that, we've got the Marble City Shakedown. It's back up in the studio.
Okay.
That Eric Caldwell hosts. Wayne Bledsoe hosts the 6 o'clock Swerve. And then Wayne also hosts a show on Saturday nights called All Over the Road.
Mm-hmm.
Well, used to be called All Over the Road when it was a WDVX. It's transitioned from there to Real Knoxville Music, and now it's called Miles to Go.
That's cool.
But he's had some some surgery lately, so he has taken some time off of doing that show because it's so late at night. And then Sundays, Becky Grace Livingston hosts a show called Local Honey, where she emails female members of the music community, like all the female singer-songwriters and musicians. And then we've got a couple that are rotating, like mine comes and goes every once in a while.
Like you said, just for the special guest.
Yeah, and then Nick Horner hosts one called Meet Music Knoxville.
Okay.
He captures like the true, genuine, like first interaction of meeting somebody else in the music community. So he interviews only people that he's never met before.
It's a lot of action, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's way more than I thought was going on there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I mean, you've got plans to do stuff with it too.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
we've got big plans to expand in the future and do some really cool stuff.
You said about like you were going to change a studio and make it like more like band friendly.
Yeah, well, we're gonna start filming some videos in there.
Yeah, doing the set.
So we're gonna switch it all around to kind of more conducive for that. Making some cameras, and then the eventual goal is to film a TV show up there.
That's rad.
That's neat. Yeah,
it's gonna be called Tennessee Tonight. So like kind of like a late night talk show format, but all about Tennessee arts.
You gonna have skits?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
you should.
I'm like, I've got a host lined up, and I've got I got a general outline of the show.
Well, if you ever need any help, I know. I mean, I think that the two of us would be down.
Yeah,
give you a hand.
Cool.
That guy's actually a pretty good actor.
Look, I'm not going to split atoms with it. That's the only. I mean, like, and that's my like deferred voice too. So I really don't have anything beyond that.
Hey,
all right.
You could be like a field reporter for us.
Yeah.
We'll send you out to Market Square, and you can ask the dumb questions.
Hell yeah,
Like a stuttering John.
Definitely. I'd do it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, our buddy August Aguilar, who runs Strange Films, we talked about last time. Well, when we were over at your place, he was in one of his movies, dressed like an alien.
Yeah, it was really wild. There was a man, at least
the subject
hour and a half, 2 hour makeup process.
Yeah,
like.
Jeez.
I mean, and
yeah, it's pretty cool. It was like legit.
Yeah, and he busted out like airbrushes and like had to put the bald cap on, which was then insane to get off later on, dude.
You know, there's this show where they do that, like Makeup Wars. It's called Face Off. Have you seen that?
Face.
Yeah, Face Off. So it's like it's like competitions where people do like makeup for like horror movies and stuff like that. They're like, okay, you need to create this character, and they just like develop it, and they do like head to toe. It's crazy.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The guy.
I've seen it a few times because my ex-wife really liked it.
Oh.
I always used to. Every time she'd say she was watching Face Off, I'd say, "Oh, you mean the movie with John Travolta?"
Dude, the John Woo classic, man.
She's like, "What?" She's never seen that movie.
You
She's
start
like, "What are you talking about?"
Rubbing your hand over everybody's face like a weirdo, dude. Oh man, that movie rocked.
Nicolas Cage has a new movie, Renfield. I kind of want to see. It's supposed to be good. Yeah, he plays Dracula.
Well, Dracula.
We also did that like super meta fucking movie not too long ago, where it's like the unbearable massive weight of the talent of being Nicolas Cage or some shit like that. Was like, and that was like the name of the fucking movie too, man.
What was? Wait, hold on. What was it?
Man, I'm not getting it totally right. You'd have to consult the old Google bot, but AI algorithms, programming, everything. No, but yeah, it's like the unbearable massive weight talent of Nicolas Cage. It's a bizarre ass movie, dude.
What's his name's in it? Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
I think he's like the main guy in it.
Yeah, because like Nicolas Cage is acting as himself in the movie, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, they've done a couple of shits like that. Like, what was the other one? This Is the End, where everybody was playing themselves in it, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like these weird kind of like.
I don't think I only watched like half of that movie for some reason.
It's so funny. That I think all I think that's Judd Apatow.
I think so.
All his movies, I think, are about 20, 25 minutes too long. You know, but like
drag a little bit.
Yeah, they drag. There's always like a part where it's like, all right, we don't need this.
I've noticed that in TV shows lately, because I told you I've been like a recluse lately. I've just been like changed my whole lifestyle. I'm like in all the time. And I've been watching a lot more TV, like Netflix series and like Apple TV. Apple TV's got some of the best shows out there. But Netflix, on the other hand, they've got some really good ones, but then they try to duplicate them. And it's like, I've seen this exact show before, with just with different actors and different names. Yeah. It's like ridiculous. But I'm watching shows lately, and you'll see like why did they show them walking 5 minutes down the hallway before they got in the door to have the conversation?
Just filling time.
Like just
all it is.
Yeah.
Are you watching Ted Lasso?
Oh, love Ted Lasso.
What do you think about this third season?
I like it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I think it's very good.
You don't think so?
No, because I think they're focusing too much on the other characters. It's like, and I don't think they're very interesting.
No, I think it's good. It's like if people are invested now, and now's the time to develop those other characters a little bit.
Yeah, but the show's ending in like 2 more episodes.
There's no renewal.
It was when they came out with it. It was like 3 seasons.
We're just gonna do
I
this
didn't
much.
know that. That's a bummer.
Yeah, it seems like to me, it seems like a waste.
If that's the case, then it's a total waste of the last season.
No, if you're now knowing the end, because I have no dog in this fight. I haven't seen a single episode, but if you know it's not going to be renewed, that totally changes the outlook on it.
Yeah, no, it should be like super epic right now.
Yeah,
I do kind of feel like they're winding it down, like they're like concluding the stories,
trying to resolve all the plot shit.
A lot of stuff with his kid.
Well, the kid and the ex-wife and with the other coach.
Yeah.
Like he's got a girlfriend now and his like whole life's different. And like, I feel like they're trying to resolve it, but I feel like it never peaked. There wasn't like that, like all the wrap up they're doing should be in like 2 episodes at the end.
I think
right now there needs to be a really dramatic, like something crazy and like it blow up. And then 2 or 3 episodes, you can resolve all the problems and conflicts and you can be done. But I think they're taking a whole season to do that. And they're missing the peak.
Yeah, I just like I don't know. I just don't think those other characters, except for Roy. Roy's awesome.
Roy's great.
But I think the other characters just aren't very interesting.
No, I like them. I do think they were spending a little more time on Keeley than they should.
Yeah, I like. You know what kills me? I know you know nothing about what we're talking about.
I got nothing, man. Hey, look.
She's supposed to be a model.
I'll get it in post.
But dude, you can walk down the street here and see 10 girls that are better looking than her. Like, she is the most British looking girl I've ever seen in my life. Not in a good way, but she's supposed to be like some hot model that all these guys want. It's like, really? Like, come on, man. Like,
well, I've seen that in shows lately too. Like they try to they cast somebody who's supposed to be like this super hot person, like the hottest person you've ever seen, and I'm like, yeah, you missed the boat, buddy.
Yeah, you're not. It's if you're a model, you should
see what you're going for, and she's a good actress, but she's not hot enough to play the part you're trying to play.
You're supposed to be like a freak. If you're a model, you are like.
I do think she's really pretty though.
Yeah, she's got a big head.
I don't know. I just think her character is like you said, they're spending a little too much time on people. Yeah, and I think she's one of them.
And then it's like, and now she's a lesbian, but it's like that was it's just like all of a sudden,
Are you gonna watch this show?
Nah, man. Nah, go for it. Knock yourself out, man. Yeah. No, I don't want.
We're just ruining all kinds. Keely's a lesbian.
I mean, dude,
but a girlfriend just
spoiler alert.
Yeah. So the bulk of what I do is just YouTube. Anymore. I don't know, man. I try to watch TV and it's just like.
But Roy's fantastic.
Yeah, Roy's fun.
Yeah, Roy's good. He's actually one of the producers and he was a writer on that show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't have Disney Plus either. They talk a lot about Disney Plus stuff. I got no fucking clue what's going on.
Disney Plus is, I've got it for my kids. I don't really watch anything on it besides, I watch some at The Mandalorian, but I'm not current on it.
I mean, that's the thing too, though, is that you can just go out on the internet and read every single fucking spoiler available. So I'll just read all about it and be like, all right, cool,
it's
man.
Not as fun though.
I know. I'm lame. I know. I got it, man. I mean, dude. Yeah. No, dude.
No, you're not lame, man.
I mean, dude. All right. So, what was it? Tenet. I had to watch 80 clips of it to be like, all right, I'll give this movie a fucking chance. And I went out and bought the movie and watched it. Like, all right, I like it, dude. But it's like, hey, it's still, it didn't ruin it seeing it in all of those different pieces, man.
Yeah.
Still seeing just the whole thing thrown together and seeing it how you're supposed to see it. like it was still cool. It's still one of my like favorite movies that I've watched in the past like year easily. So I don't know.
That's cool.
I've been doing that with the Equalizer.
Yeah.
I've never seen an Equalizer movie, but I always watch the clips of him fighting.
Yeah.
You know? And I
Hell
feel
yeah.
like, oh, dude, watch the clips. It's so cool.
There's
Like,
some fucking crazy movie with I think it's called Nobody. It's got Better Call Saul in it, and there's a fight scene that
I watched.
was that one any good
on the bus?
Yeah.
the movie stinks.
Okay.
but like the
because the fight
scenes,
looked dope as fuck, man.
It's awesome.
All right.
that is the best part. Of
like
that
Equalizer
movie.
kind of reminds me of those fights,
Kind of,
dude.
yeah. But it's like it's really like, except that's like way more realistic.
Yeah, it's
you
kind of
know?
gritty, man.
But that's like there's a couple fights in it. That's the best one that was on the bus.
Yeah, that bus one was fucking filthy, man.
Yeah, like, but
What movie is this?
It's called
Nobody?
Nobody. It's with
Nobody.
what's his name? Better Call Saul.
Yeah, I can't remember his damn name. I'm fucking dropping it. Because I just want to go Cranston. Anytime I start talking about Breaking Bad, like my brain just fucking defaults to Bryan Cranston.
See, I don't.
Bob Odenkirk.
Yes, there it
I
is.
didn't like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, see, I've got like depression and like I watched like the first few episodes and I was just so fucking depressed.
Oh, it's a
I was like,
bummer, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
yeah,
like,
there's-
I can't do this. And my aunt and uncle were like, no, you just got to get through the first season.
No.
After that,
It's worse.
so you
Yeah.
just got to get through the first season and then you'll be hooked.
No.
So I watched the whole first season. And I was like, I've never felt more miserable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to continue to watch this.
There's
Yeah.
and that's the thing that like that's one of those shows that I feel like a lot of the watchers miss the fundamental shit behind it, that there is no good guys in that show.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to actually be like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, man, I want to be Walter White or I want to be Jesse Pinkman. Like even though Jesse Pinkman is probably the most like decent guy out of the whole thing. I mean, dude, he's still fucking selling meth out the gate, dude. He's fucking shoots a dude in the face. Like,
Yeah, I
none
mean,
of these
you, like-
people are fucking good.
No,
dude.
like you feel bad for him,
Yeah.
but you don't like.
You're not
you don't
supposed
want-
to connect and be
Yeah.
like fucking, yeah, like, dude, this is a guy that, you know, I
It's just
want to
it's
be
just
around.
a train wreck.
Yeah, fuck yeah. A constant one too, man.
Yeah. So I just couldn't do it. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, I could totally respect that point of view, man. I mean, I really do like those shows, but like I can
like
I
that
can totally
shit, yeah.
respect where you're coming from on that, man.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it anymore. And then I tried to watch what's the show with the dragons?
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Love Game of
Yeah.
Game
Thrones.
of Thrones, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah,
It was just
that's a
it was
slow
little
burn.
Slow,
That's
yeah.
a real slow burn.
Especially when they got in the desert with all those like eggs and they're like traveling.
Oh,
and
dude,
stuff.
it gets so
I was
good.
like, jeez.
I
Fast.
the one that I started to watch and it depressed the shit out of me was Handmaiden's Tale
Yeah.
with the chick from
I didn't even try to watch that.
it's dude, you want to talk, it's like I don't even think it's good. I don't think it's a good show at all. It's just like it's like misery porn. You know, it's just really depressing.
Yeah,
So-
I was like, I'm not even gonna try.
Don't.
That's a weird one though for me because like okay, so I think the show is fucking terrible, dude. I think it's fucking. I think it's really really fucking bad, man. And I think they tried to add a lot of modern elements to it
Absolutely.
to make it more relevant. So it's actually an old book by Margaret Atwood.
It's like 90s, isn't it?
No, much fucking older than that,
Is it?
man. Yeah, dude. So I want to say it's 70s, maybe 80s. I had a friend give that book to me like fucking over a decade ago, maybe longer, man. And like that book is actually fucking phenomenal. Like the way that they write it and the way that it closes the book out, really fucking good, man. In fact, if do you guys want some book spoilers?
I don't give a shit.
I don't care.
I'm
All
never
right,
gonna
so,
watch it.
so like because like what's weird is like the show once again they try to modernize it to where like you've got this whole Canadian element and all this fucking all this
Right.
other shit, dude. The book is just like at the end it's just all people at a university basically saying that this was a document they found, can't verify who wrote it, if it ever fucking happened, and they're actually kind of laughing about it because they're like, it's meant to be in the future where they're looking back at an old civilization that collapsed under its own bullshit.
Really?
And like, yeah, and they're just kind of like joking about it, and it's from a lecture standpoint where like they're at a college talking about this document and whether or not any of these things actually happened in America. And it's really fucking cool and like surreal where like you realize that like once again you've been reading this whole document the whole time, and at the end it's just meant to be kind of like just people talking about it at college like they would talk about like say Egyptian civilization or Roman civilization, like analyzing a document from those times. And just kind of laughing about whatever they did during that time that we find unusual now. Is like a really neat ending that I think, like, once again, by trying to modernize it,
that's really cool.
They fucked it totally up, man.
Yeah.
It's just another one of those things where when you try to translate something that's really that good into a video, man, it's fucking tough, man. Fucking tough.
Yeah.
I tried to watch that Man in a High Castle, and I watched I think I watched the first season, first or second season, I don't remember. But it's like, it was a really, did you ever see that?
No.
It's like the Nazis and the Japanese won World War II.
I heard about that.
And then
like kind of revision.
Somebody just told me about that. I wanted to watch it. Where's that at?
I want to say it's on Amazon. I think it's Amazon.
What's it called again?
Man in a High Castle. I thought it was just going to be that, and it was going to be like about a resistance and this and that. But then it spoiler alert.
Sure.
It becomes about like multiverses.
Sure, how things ended up different with,
and it's like, and then they're going into different universe. It's like, it just, to me, it's like you had a cool idea and you just fucked it up. It's like, just keep it simple.
I saw a show recently. I can't remember the name of it, but it was kind of like that. But it was it was what if Russia won the race to the moon?
Yeah, on Apple. It's I started to
like,
watch that. I can't think.
It was pretty good.
For All Mankind.
Maybe that was.
I think it's called. Yeah,
that sounds cool.
It was cool. So it was like Russia beat us to the moon, and it was like
they became the heralded superpower.
Well, it just like what unfolds after that, and like it was crazy.
Huh?
Yeah, there was that. It was a Stephen King thing. What was it? 1963.
Yeah.
The
one where he went and
goes back in time.
Yeah,
that
but
was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was, man. Once again, a great book. I didn't get to watch the show, so I don't really know how well they did on that one.
It was it's like
I heard they did well though.
Yeah, it's like how I feel with all Stephen King stuff.
Yeah,
I can't stand the books.
Yeah,
like because he doesn't know how to edit himself.
Well, yeah, and then okay, so can I ask how they ended that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think I saw it like when it came out. So what was it, like 4 years ago or something? But I liked it.
Yeah.
With a James Franco.
Oh yeah.
I like James Franco.
Yeah.
He's.
What else are you watching on Amazon or on Apple?
We tried to watch. She was watching the one with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford, the one about the shrinks.
Shrinking.
Yeah, I didn't like it because I don't like him.
I like that one a lot.
Okay, I don't like Jason Segel for some reason. I think we try to watch the one. What's the one where the machine shows up in town?
Oh,
it has like butterfly on it.
Yeah, it starts with an M. I think it's like a certain. It's a type of butterfly.
We watched like the first
Monarch.
I don't remember.
No, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Something like that. Something like that.
We watched the first episode, and I was like,
yeah, and that one's a little slower, and it's harder to get into. Like, if I'm really bored, I'll watch it. But
now there's a good series we're watching.
Ted
Lasso's good.
Great.
There's a good series we're watching on HBO right now. It's with Elizabeth Olsen from
Wanda,
yeah, from the Marvel series, from the Marvel Cinematic
from the
MCU,
Division,
and it's called like Love and I think it's like Love and Murder or something like that. That's pretty fucking good. It's like
on HBO.
Yeah, it's on HBO. It's on HBO Max. Comes out every Thursday, I think. But the guy from Breaking Bad, what was his name? He looks Todd.
Oh shit,
he's in it. Yeah,
fucking weirdo.
He got real big too.
Yeah, he looks puffy now.
He's real puffy.
He's very puffy.
Did you guys see Tetris?
Yeah, it was good.
Man, that was good.
Yeah, it was good. A little long in the tooth.
Oh,
yeah, it was good though.
But it was good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. So wait,
there's another
last good movie I watched was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Man, that was a fucking.
I
still need to see
that. That was a neat one, man. I mean, like, all right, if it. All the multiverse shit, like at least it was. I think it did like a decent job of doing it.
Huh.
That's cool.
And doing it quickly.
Now the new one I started watching, it's called Silo. Have you seen?
That just came out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh man, it's good. So it's like it takes place in this like futuristic world, and where everybody lives in this giant silo that's buried in the ground. And it's like, I don't 44 stories high or something, but you have to take this giant staircase to get up or down. Or maybe it's like 140 stories. I don't know. It takes like a whole day to walk to the
crazy.
top. Yeah, it's crazy. But nobody can go outside because apparently the weather's so bad that you'll die if you go out there and all this stuff. And there's no windows. There's like this LED screen that they have like in the cafeteria that has like one camera that shows you outside, and it's like anybody who's ever gone out there dies. So
bullshit.
Yeah. So
bullshit alert.
So they've got this. They've got like their one cardinal rule is like if you say you want to go outside, you will fucking go outside.
Yeah, and it will never let you back in because something is not being told.
Yeah. So what happens is they ask you to like when they send you out there, they ask you to clean the lens on the camera because it gets so like grimy and stuff. And so they like send you out there, and then somebody goes and cleans the lens. And then they start to walk away, and they collapse and die on the hill. But they're manipulating the camera, so when it shows like a desolate world, but really everything's green and sunny and bright. So it's unclear if the people that are going out there are actually dying or not, or if it's like just something they're putting on the screen. So
weird.
There's only 2 episodes so far.
Oh, okay.
But it's like I was like, oh, this is good.
That's neat.
There was that movie like back maybe 15 years ago now with I think it's Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor called The Island.
Yeah.
And it's fucking fantastic.
It's a
very
cool
similar
movie.
theme here.
Yeah.
So like basically it's a bunch
Yeah.
of people trapped in this this very, sharp architecture once again, like very
Scarjo.
sterile. Yeah, very sterile building. Everybody's in sterile cloth, having to work like these production lines that I think they're told is like food or something.
I don't even remember.
It's some bullshit production thing that they're told to do, and then they're put into a drawing, this whole colony or whatever. And whenever they draw for this thing, they get to go to the island, which is said to be this fucking paradise, badass place because everywhere else on Earth fucking sucks and is shitty. Atmosphere is no good.
Okay.
So then the whole colony is always pumped whenever somebody draws out for the fucking island, dude. And like, yeah, they throw them a party, dude. They fucking go, and they disappear and never to be seen again. Turns out what's happening because Ewan McGregor's character fucking busts out of the facility.
Yeah.
They
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Hot
shit.
take,
dude. Like, look, if you haven't seen this movie now, like you said, it's about 2 fucking decades old. So
it's old.
So the spoilers are totally on you here. But yeah, so like
so he breaks out.
He breaks out, and they find out that like it's a cityscape. He's in the middle of a fucking city, and everything's fine. There is no fucked up atmosphere, dude. He's like in a totally legit place. Fucking, I forget what city, whatever, doesn't matter.
But it's like nowadays though.
Yeah. It's modernized, and then he finds out that he's got like this identity that he is a person in this world. And so what it turns out, the big fucking plot twist is that whole facility is actually a modern healthcare company that grows clones of its customers who pay in for insurance, so that say something happens to them getting into a wreck or cumulative damage to substance, whatever, man, they call up the fucking facility, say like, I need a new organ, something's happened to me, whatever. That's drawing out for the island. The people leave, get fucking killed, harvest the organs, give them to the donor, so that way there is a 0% chance of rejection. And so like at the end, Ewan McGregor, I think he kills his real life person and takes his identity and gets to live.
Yeah,
it's a
cool
fucking
movie.
dope movie, dude. Really, really cool. I remember the first time watching it, like that plot twist really does come out of fucking nowhere, dude. Because you expect there to be a twist whenever he reaches the overworld, but not like that. Man.
Yeah.
It was cool.
That's cool. It reminds me of Repo Man.
Yeah.
Fucking A, yeah.
Where they like repo people's organs and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit.
There's some good
And
movies
then
out there.
I've been watching this one called Travelers, and it's like these people from the future that are like sent back in time, and like they send your consciousness back into a body seconds before that body's supposed to die. So like, say you're about to get hit by a bus, and like historically you die at that time, so they know exactly where, like they need like the longitude and latitude and like time and everything exactly where you're at. So like 10 seconds before you walk out and get hit by that bus, they send the future consciousness into your body, which ends your life. But then he can stop the body from being hit by the bus, and then he takes over your life.
Huh.
But they're all trying to like, they're sending these travelers back.
So like the conscience isn't the person who's getting hit. Like you're like almost body stealing somebody at that point.
Yeah, you're taking the body as a host.
Okay.
But it's like a consciousness from the future that's coming.
Yeah.
But they come into the body seconds before the body was going to die anyway.
Right. But they are fucking eliminating somebody in that process.
Exactly.
So there's going to be somebody left over at some point, maybe take back control, maybe?
No, it's not really like that. Like those people are dying.
They
and those
are
consciousnesses
toast.
are just going away. But it's crazy.
Because like, why are they wanting to send themselves back?
So they're sending them back because the future is so messed up.
It's all fucked up.
That it's like nuclear war and like
Gotcha.
there's like a nuclear winter. Everybody's living underground.
Hell
So
yeah.
they're sending people back to try to like change the future.
Got you.
So they're trying not to kill people. They're just like taking their bodies right before they would naturally die. But the whole they keep talking about the director. And like the director is the one who's making all these decisions and stuff. And then you find out the director is actually an AI that somebody programmed.
Nice.
So then like you were saying earlier about Breaking Bad, it's like there's no good guy.
Yeah.
So in this, like you think the travelers are good guys. And then as you go, you realize that it's AI. The AI is actually like controlling every aspect of every person's life. And there's this like the bad group called the Faction that's like trying to fight against it. You think it's the bad guys, and then you start realizing like actually they're just like fighting for free will, and like the AI is the one that labeled them as the bad guys and it's like working against them. So then you start thinking like, well, who is the good guy, and who do you actually want to win, and like what? So it's like confusing.
That's cool.
But it's really cool.
That's neat.
Okay. So Chris, why don't you tell me about
the prologue?
The what's it?
The Montvales.
Montvales.
The Montvales.
Tell me about the Montvales and Woman of God.
Yeah, so that's the Montvales' new single. The Montvales are this duo of female singer-songwriters from Knoxville area originally. Now they live in southern Ohio, Cincinnati area. But they do a lot of touring and stuff. But that's their new single they just released.
Oh, okay.
And it's awesome. It's got this like it's like it's acoustic based, you know, they play like the banjo and stuff like that. But it's just got like a really deep meaning to it. It's like
that'll be the first time on this podcast.
Right.
So that's I don't know, that's what I like in songs. It's like lyrics are first for me, and then like somebody told me once that it was it was about dating, but they said that like beauty grabs the attention, but personality or beauty catches the eye, personality catches the attention. And I kind of feel the same way about music. It's like, yeah, it's got to be catchy and upbeat, and like I gotta like enjoy listening to it. It's gonna catch my ear, but like you actually saying something is like really going to grab my attention, like hold on to it.
Oh yeah.
And that's what they've done here. So.
Okay. All right. Well, let's listen to the Montvales?
Yeah, the Montvales.
The Montvales and Woman of God. And we're back. Yeah. You know what that's from?
No.
No? I just had Nate from Worn Out Souls in here. He's closer to my age than both of you, so he knew. It's a bumper from Transformers.
Oh yeah. I would have never gotten that.
No, not either.
Not in a million years.
Children of the 80s. All right.
I was gonna say Star Wars or something.
Yeah. Nice. Hey, Austin.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about Prodigy?
All right, dude. I mean, you know, most people know the hits. Smack My Bitch Up, Firestarter.
Right.
Which, good songs, good tracks, dude. This is off
I'm your fire starter.
Hey, man, that's where... Okay, so they had that album, then they had the... Because that was like Fat of the Land. That was those ones.
That's the one with the crab on it?
Yeah, it's got the crab on it. They had one before it though called "Music for the Jilted Generation." That was the shit, dude. That one has.
Why can't we come up with album titles like that,
dude? That one, and it had a cool fucking like. I remember it had this fold out art on it where, you know, on one there's a fucking canyon, and then on one side is like the machine, you know, dude. Every a bunch of riot cops and like their fucking wagons and shit, dude. And just governments and its cities and smog, and
governments and cities.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, it's a cool picture because like
society.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was. So then you had like the Indiana Jones bridge in between the canyon, that only you could go single file on.
Yeah,
you better hold on, lady. We're going for a ride.
And then you had Homeboy standing on the other side with his fucking machete, about to do the same thing, flipping off the machine, and it's just like flowers and puppy dogs on that side, and fucking like people just having a great time, dude. But yeah, I guess that was the jilted generation, just fucking really fingering it to him, fucking showing him what's what by cutting down that Indiana Jones bridge,
Dude, didn't he just die?
He did, man.
What did he die of?
Probably a lot of drugs.
I could see that.
I would put that in a lot of drugs category. Now I could be totally wrong.
Indiana Jones?
No. Prodigy. What was his name?
Oh, I don't know, man. He was the
main,
he was
main guy Prodigy.
Yeah, there's two like main dudes, and he was the one that had like the green spiked fucking hair, and would.
Yeah,
but Firestarter. Anyway,
he's always the one you think of when you think of Prodigy.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. The first album's a banger. Fat of the Land's good, but this one was like 2009 or some shit. I mean, totally missed it. But the song, "Stand Up," is a song that I swear to God has probably been in like 15 fucking movies or so that I've seen. And yeah, definitely, man. I just had no idea it was them the whole time. So yeah. That's what this song is. It's just a cool movie. Because they don't. We've talked about this before. The music in movies and what happened to it. Because like it used to be super fucking rad in the 90s. You'd go out and buy an album where like artists specifically made songs for that fucking movie and nowhere else. The Angus soundtrack was really dope, dude. But like now that doesn't really exist anymore outside of like maybe a Bond fucking movie where they do the cool intro. But beyond that, it's just like you don't see really a whole lot of original music. So yeah, it was cool to see that Prodigy got paid before Homeboy I think died or whatever, and
maybe that's what killed him.
Hey, you never know.
Too much money.
Could have been
much money. Yeah.
I
wish I had that problem.
Yeah, me too.
The fucking Icarus problem,
Right, there you go. All right. So since you said Icarus, let's listen to Prodigy and Stand Up.
Now, I'm sure our listeners,
August Aguilar,
our listener, don't adjust your dials because that song does have the unfortunate, 45-second intro there.
Oh, really?
Of just nothing but silence. All it is like you hear nothing. Our listeners just. Trust me, there's a song there. There really is a song there when you hear it.
Okay. So people skip past it.
Well, if they, I just want to
listen to this shit before we did that.
I want to make sure
that's why you play it.
I want to make sure that they didn't skip past it because that's how the track was supposed to be listened to.
Usually, what I'll do is I'll make like a playlist and send it to everybody. Hey, tell me what you want to do, then we'll listen to it before we come in.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's usually how we do it. But
next time,
not this time.
Hey, like I said, when it kicks in, you're gonna immediately love it.
Just cream your jeans.
That's it, man.
All right,
they had the hook.
What do you got?
I have LL Cool J, I'm Bad.
Oh.
Because
throwing it back.
Lately, I've been on this
been bad?
old rap. Well, yeah, I'm bad. Nationwide. I've been on this old rap kick lately. The good stuff. And actually been listening to a lot of Cool Mo D.
I've been doing some old school rap lately, like some Ice Cube and like some Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah.
NWA and some early Tupac and stuff like that.
I never cared for Tupac.
Oh no, I love it.
No,
see, and Tupac's another one of those. Like I said, it's like about the lyrics. It's like he's got some good beats and stuff, but then he's got some songs that like really talk about some stuff.
Yeah, I kind of have a hard on for him for a couple of, like that dude went to jail for rape. You know, people.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
What.
You have a hard on for him.
Yeah.
Like that means that you really like him.
But that dude, nah, it could go either way.
I've never heard anybody say it the other way.
Well, listen, you're on Super Action Talking. This is how we fucking do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think he was very talented. I think I liked his movies more than I liked his rap, if I'm being honest. But
well, you know, you have to. It's weird to differentiate people's art from their person. That's like what's his name?
Michael Jackson.
No, not Michael
R. Kelly.
Jackson. I've never liked Michael Jackson.
Dude.
You like Michael Jackson?
I've never been a big fan.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah,
Really?
No, yeah,
never
yeah.
did it
No,
You're
for
not
me.
an '80s guy, though.
Well, no, I'm not, man.
Never did it
I'm
for
not.
me. No, I'm thinking of
UYT.
thinking of what's his name? He was in The Usual Suspects.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, after that whole stuff came about Kevin Spacey,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, man, like he's so talented and like he's got this art that everybody loves and appreciates, and then all of a sudden we hear all this terrible thing about his character. So it's like, do you separate it or do you just like exclude everything because you don't like his actions?
Did you ever see Moon?
No.
Did you ever see Moon?
Nope.
Really? That seems like an Austin movie.
No.
It's Kevin Spacey's voice is in it,
Okay.
and I'm not going to give anything away. We were like all the movie talk we had. I meant to bring it up because you were talking about clones and all this kind of shit. It's a fantastic movie, but it's I can't think of the actor in it. I think there's 3 actors in the entire movie.
Wow.
But like you only see the other 2 for like a second. It's killing me.
I thought you just said Kevin Spacey was in it.
His voice is.
Oh, his voice.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. He's the voice of a computer. It's actually a good computer too. You think it's like a HAL 5000, but it's not. He's actually a good computer. But it's a fantastic movie. It came out maybe
his
20 years
acting
ago.
is great. I've seen some old videos of him doing like impressions of other people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's great.
So good.
Glenn Ross. Did you ever see that?
I don't think so.
Did you ever see that?
No.
I'm really showing my age now, aren't
Nah.
I?
But The Usual Suspects is one of my favorite movies.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, what was that? LL Cool J.
Yeah, LL.
But yeah, been on its old rap kick lately, and I was just trying to think of one that I really like, and this was one of his most popular ones back in the day. So there you go. It's a good
LL
one.
Cool J seemed like he retained his reputation throughout his career. He always seemed cool, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, shit, it was in his name, so he kind of lived up to the legacy.
He
But I
kinda
mean,
had to.
but I mean, even his movies were dope, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I remember him being in, what was that, like, Any Given Sunday? Wasn't
Yeah, he was huge in that.
That was fucking
remember?
dope, man.
Yeah.
That movie was cool, man. And that fucking, like, last part with, like, the Moby song going over it, I don't know, man. Like,
You ever seen those videos on YouTube, the honest trailers?
Mhm.
oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
there was one about Friday, and it was talking about Ice Cube, and it's like, watch Ice Cube pave the way for other good actors to be bad at, or other good rappers to be bad at acting.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Queen Latifah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a couple.
I
I'll tell
didn't
you.
realize Ice Cube like wrote that movie.
Friday.
Yeah. Did you guys see Straight Outta Compton?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that was so good. That was a good one.
I have a very
Opinionated on this one.
yeah, I'm very opinionated on it,
Hot take.
but I won't get into it.
No, get into it.
Burninating the landscape.
So like, again, I was a huge fan of NWA and old rap and all that shit when it came out because I'm that age.
He's
know?
all about the member who didn't get to do, man.
MC Ren got shit on hard in that movie. That guy, I think he was the most talented out of all of those guys.
I think so.
Yeah, and
Well, see, that's the thing with it, like about age, and like it's like you said, you were around when that stuff came out, so you saw it unfold, and I didn't.
Mhm.
So like seeing it now, like I know a little bit about this stuff and about the riots and kind of all that thing,
Mhm.
but seeing a more spotlight put on it and like learning more about it is really intriguing to me.
yeah,
But I've heard other people that like watched everything unfold. I'm like, yeah, that's not how it happened.
yeah. I mean, all you have to do is look at who produced the movie, and it was Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and Eazy-E's widow. So it's like it's gonna paint them in a certain light. Like I don't think it's a I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it's really candy coated. You know, it's not how it happened.
That's probably true.
Like Dr. Dre beating up women. They don't go into that at all. You know, like again, MC Ren getting shit on the whole time. You know, like it's just it's fucked up. And then Ice Cube's kid is in it. Like he plays Ice Cube. Of course, like he's gonna be like the prodigal son.
I thought he did a good job too.
I think he did too, and he looks just like
identical.
It's it's the David Chappelle skit. You know, doing the autobiography. The person doing the autobiography is the person.
Right.
You're just writing good stuff about yourself.
Oh, dude, that's all he does, man, from birth, which is hilarious, dude. All the way. Dude, oh, man, it's just fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, all the way to the end, man. All the way to the end. Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
That's a great one. That guy's so funny.
Anyway. So let's listen to LL Cool J and I'm Bad.
Let's do it.
You.
And we're back.
Oh, that's hot.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me about Frightened Rabbit?
Well, before I do that LL Cool J always reminds me of that song X Gonna Give It To You.
Mm-hmm.
You know that one?
No.
It's DMX.
DMX, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
X Gonna Give It To You. What? It's that song hits so hard.
That was now that you said, they used to play that in clubs and shit when I was.
Because it freaking hits.
Hell yeah! Hey, I think that's that also it's a Deadpool scene too. I want to say.
Maybe.
I can see that.
And then kind of like,
Let's
go give it to you.
That song always gets me hyped.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You need something to wake yourself up, man. Just throw some DMX on.
It's weird how you can hit songs that, like, all right. I mean, I don't know. I might be off base on this, but so like a song that I never listened to.
Yeah.
In the past, I've listened to recently, and like it's a fucking old song. It's Limp Bizkit, dude, off of Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water, which I thought was a terrible fucking album name, and yeah, just awful. And B, I never really listened to it, but like there's a song on there called My Way, dude, and I remember that
video.
I do remember, like, when I heard the chorus, I was like, okay, I have heard this, but like once again, it was weird because I found myself like, dude, West Borland is so fucking cool, man. And yeah, and I was like, fucking god, all right, yeah. You know what though? I was getting pumped on it, man. Like that song fucking hits, dude. Like I don't know, man. Like that DMX song, I just kind of I can see myself like once again, like it's got that hype level to it. You know,
there's
man.
a few songs that you listen to, you just can't help but sing along.
Fuck yeah,
or
man.
just like violently shake your head to it, and that's one of those.
Limp Bizkit,
dude.
I was listening to Papa Roach recently.
Yeah.
And like there's some of that stuff you just can't help but just like
See, he's gonna be a hard disagree on this. See, like here's where the generational divide comes into play.
Yeah, because you're like, what? How old are you? 30 what?
32.
Yeah, it's like,
well, and like Uncle Cracker, he's one of those for me.
No,
like that song, "Follow Me."
Yeah,
like it's like a generational thing, but like
you couldn't get away from that.
You can't. You cannot play that and not sing along to it.
Yeah,
like try. Play the song in your car really loud and try not to sing it.
Hell yeah,
I dare you. Frightened Rabbit.
Yeah, let's talk about the Frightened Rabbit.
Frightened Rabbit is this Scottish rock band that I found recently.
Oh yeah.
I've been doing a lot of research on like East Tennessee and like history and like the roots of East Tennessee music and like bluegrass and country music and all that stuff and old time. A lot of that came from the Scots-Irish community that settled here. And I'm reading this book right now called Knoxville Before Bluegrass. It's really cool. But that kind of inspired me to just like look up some Scottish music. So I just Googled Scottish rock one day and I was listening to this random playlist I found, and Frightened Rabbit came on, and I just fell in love with them immediately.
Is it like a newer band or?
No. They the lead singers actually had passed away a couple years ago. But they're talking about doing some more of the music, but I don't know. But they haven't done anything in a couple of years. But it's just really, really, really good. And another one of those that's like really, really like heavy on the lyrics and like really has a lot of meaning to it. But I'm drawn to this because I'm seeing a lot of that same style of music being made here in East Tennessee still. It's like just very, very similar. It's like this Appalachian influence. This like kind of Appalachian rock that you can hear just as very, very eerie, similar to the Scottish rock stuff. And I just think it's cool.
All right. Well, let's listen to Frightened Rabbit, and I'm trying to find the name of it. What is it? Swim Until You Can't See Land.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, the song is about it's like comparing his mind to an ocean, and talks about like it's sort of about like finding yourself and like sort of like meditating. It's like you're gonna like swim in the ocean of your mind, like swim so far you can't see land, like kind of get lost in your mind and like deal with your problems.
I think it's always interesting to listen to music from across the pond, man, because like it is so it is a lot different from American music, man.
Sorry. I forgot that was in here.
It's different, but like I was saying, it's so weird that it's so similar because like the Scottish rock music that's being made now, like I said, a lot of the roots from the East Tennessee music came from the Scots-Irish community that landed here 200 years ago. But it's crazy to see the development of the two different areas that are separated by an ocean, but have kind of the same starting point with music, and 200 years later develop independently of each other and come out still sounding pretty similar.
Yeah. There was that Scottish band in the 80s called Big Country, and they had the name of the band was Big Country, and their hit song was called Big Country off of the album Big Country.
Really fucking pitching it right down the middle, dude.
Right. I really like that song. I remember I was in a shitty band a million years ago, and I remember we talked about covering it, but because the song, like the way the structure of it, the way the chorus, like it starts like kind of over the verse into the like, and it's really strange. It's a real strange structure. But it's catchy at the same time.
I want to say on a previous Super Action talk, and I would highly recommend them to you as well, man. It's a Scottish band called We Were Promised Jetpacks.
Ooh.
If you haven't heard of them, dude, they're a really neat group that I like. The difference that I see in those bands is like, once again, like closer to kind of what you were saying, is like lyrically, like once again, American bands, I feel like a lot of them are real, and I don't say this as a negative. I just say it purely from a songwriting perspective. There's a lot of first person perspective from the lyrical standpoint, and like a lot of my favorite music growing up was actually like way more abstract in what they were saying and how they were getting the point across. And like, although I'm not saying like old music never used I or me, pronouns in their fucking music, man, like it seems like it's way more dominant now. And I think like if you look at music that is coming from across the pond, like the We Were Promised Jetpacks, like they are using still some more of that abstract lyricism that is really fucking neat and hard to do. And I'd even argue that Rodney's actually pretty good at doing it too, man, because like once again, like the lyrics are abstract, so the listener can almost, what do I want the song to mean at that point, instead of evoking like a specific, once again, first person perspective response, instead an abstract response where it can be almost anybody can tailor a response to it, which I think is super neat.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a song by the Vandaliers. You know them?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Or I'm familiar. I think I'm familiar with their name.
I love their music. But there's a song they've got called "Smoking Cigarettes in the Rain." what's called Cigarettes in the Rain.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to it for a long time, and had like a very specific meaning. Like every word meant something specific to me, you know. And then I had this experience that I won't go into, and I listened to it again afterwards, and the entire song meant something totally different.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like every word was just like it's the same lyrics, but
Yeah.
I just have a totally different emotional feeling that comes out of it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
See, that's
It's
what I
really
always
cool.
liked. That's what I always liked about Clutch was that it's like because the lyrics were smart, but they were ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, like he was telling us a lot of them. He was telling stories, but they don't really. It really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
And that's I always dug that.
And
you know?
Nirvana was really good at that. I mean, like if
Yeah,
you really do objectively look at at the way he wrote lyrics, man. I mean, like once again, it's almost absurdist.
It doesn't make
man.
any sense.
But at the same time, like you can almost tailor a lot of what you want to feel about it to it instead of, like I said, like I mean, especially I think like hip hop right now and country is especially fucking guilty of this, where like once again, there's no secondary way to approach the lyrics.
Yeah,
it is just
country music is very commercialized.
Yeah.
and it's very like kind of literal. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
Mad Libs.
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
It's
it's
yeah,
like,
absolutely, man.
there's you know the comedian Bo Burnham.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
So
it.
he's got this song called Country Song, and it's just like kind of making fun of like this new bro country
For sure, man.
pop country. I call it bro country bullshit, but it's like pop, this new pop country style of music that's like it's just pandering to an audience.
That's
It's like-
exactly what it is.
And like I said, man, I mean, pop has generally always been the way that I'm describing music. Like, generally, pop has been like, look, I'm singing about my love life or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, definitely, rock and roll. I feel like lost that shit. I feel like rock and roll doesn't do that often anymore. I don't.
Well,
Or that it's harder to find. Yeah,
mainstream stuff.
Yeah,
Doesn't, which
yeah.
I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to anything mainstream. I don't.
But like,
anything-
I don't like to disregard the mainstream,
Well,
because like
I
that
don't-
is what you want people to represent, like the music that you play. So like
Yeah.
nobody's hearing it, or they're only hearing garbage. I feel like then that's kind of what feeds into this. To this kind of like, it's hard to find like good commercial rock in America anymore, man. Like it doesn't fucking exist, man.
Well, and that's kind of my whole goal is to like promote the local music and like the indie artists that are putting this stuff out there, and it becomes like a challenge. It's like how do you change the perspective of people
Definitely.
to like really listen to the music instead of just like listen to
How
something
did
tap
people
on.
get so hyped into it back in the day? And it, like how do you
because
cash
back
back
then
into that?
it was all new,
Right,
You know,
right.
now it's not new anymore.
There's too many distractions now too. It's like,
But
and
I
there's,
mean-
and there, we've talked about this
Yeah.
ad nauseum.
Yeah,
where
there's
it's
just a
like,
shit ton of stuff that
Yeah,
changed.
and it's like it's not like a collective thing anymore like it used to be. It was like you used to get the popular stuff from like everyone got it from like 3 sources,
Right, right.
And now
It was a
it's
thing
just-
to go there with your buds
Right.
to do that, dude. And now it's just like, all right, I'm gonna open up my phone.
Right, and now and also everybody can listen to whatever they want, whatever
Right.
subgenre.
Right, you
they
can
want,
get so niche with what
Right.
you like, yeah. And once again, the fracturing. Like it was funny earlier. I think Rodney asked you to describe what one of the bands sounded like, and you answer like the band just says rock. Dude, that fucking speaks to me on such a fucking level, man. Like
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
been
that's how they describe
advocating
this
for
song.
that shit forever, where it's just like, dude, stop calling it fucking sub-Saharan high five core. Call it fucking rock and roll and get on with your fucking shit, man.
Yeah. I you know the band Blue October.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know Blue October?
I don't.
Well, I'm sure you've heard a couple of their songs. There's like Into the Ocean was like super popular, and Hate Me was like, I guarantee I'd be very, very surprised if you hadn't heard those two. But they've got I got into them pretty heavily a while back, and they've got one song that it was released like in the 90s, late 90s or early 2000s, but it says that says now there's a category for every song.
Hell yeah.
And that was so true back then, but it's even so much
Yeah,
truer now. It's like every
definitely.
song is a different genre. It's like
Yeah.
you can't label anything anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
What kind of music do you play? Well, it's got a mix
Yeah.
of this and that.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's like it's funny because the last episode we did was all grunge,
Yeah.
and I remember back in the day, like that term like alternative and grunge, like you really looked down on that.
Yeah.
You know, it was like it was such a commercialized term.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know, like I remember seeing like in Sears catalogs, you would see like the new grunge look is in,
Yeah.
and you would
Yeah,
see
absolutely,
like
man.
models wearing
Definitely,
flannel
dude.
and Doc Martens and
Make
shit.
some money off of this. Let's
like
fucking,
it like hippies were actually like that too. I remember
Yeah.
my mom talking about that. You know, it wasn't how the people who were it identified.
Did they call it psychedelic rock in the 60s?
Right? Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah,
because I fucking highly motherfucking doubt it,
yeah,
man.
yeah. It's really bizarre.
I'm pretty sure they were like, "Do you guys want to jam?" And that was the fucking end of it, man.
Well, I saw something the other day. It was this lady talking about the difference between the culture in Europe and America versus live music, or just like listening to music in general. It's like, you know, like people in the States are busy. You know,
Mhm.
like they work 60-hour weeks, and they do all this stuff, and everything's kind of always on the go and stuff. So music is sort of like like an afterthought. It's
Yeah,
like this thing
definitely.
that you listen to. Yeah, it's kind of a background. It's like I'll play music while I'm doing something. You
Definitely,
know?
man.
And like they go out and see stuff, but it's like it's popular kind of. Well, in Europe, it's like they don't work as much. They don't work those long hours, and they make more time to relax and rest, and they take picnics, and they spend more time doing things and like enjoying stuff. So, and they like
Having a
spend more
culture,
time to like appreciate
so just
art.
consuming it.
Yeah, like they spend more time like actually appreciating art, and music is a big part of that. So they like become like true fans of music, and like really listen like intently.
Yeah.
And it's just something that it's hard to find in this area.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, the jukebox syndrome, like, I mean, you're going to have way more success in America playing things that people know than you are playing originals as a band trying to make a name for yourself, simply because you're going to be able to tap into what those people want to hear, man, and like maybe create a connection where they might want to listen to more of your shit. But like, man, just trying to come in with just hot originals, dude, like, it is tough to forge that same level of connection, man.
I mean, you think about it just on a local level, like the majority of the band. I mean, and I'm not. This isn't like a dig on them or anything.
It's
but
what
the
it is.
majority of the bands that are popular all have a gimmick. Whether it's like our buddies in Skank Bang, or like even Summoner Circle, or it's like, and again, it's not a dig on them at all, but like. It's something to grab you and bring
exactly.
You in,
it's hard to just
creating the spectacle, man, to draw the people in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like it's hard to just be like
three dudes
like
playing
a James
instruments.
Taylor. Like, hey, I've got some shit to say, and I'm gonna write some really pretty songs, and everybody's gonna listen to it.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it's a totally different game, man. It's just wild. It's
So.
really something else.
Yeah. So let's
hey, that's what happens
like
on
transition.
That's what happens on Super Action Talk, man.
Action Talk.
We veer off course, just like that, dude. Just like
Is
that.
that Mario?
Nah, it's just some cartoon thing I stole off of YouTube.
It sounded like the end of Mario.
Yep. Yeah. Whenever you go through. Yep. Yep. Hell yeah.
All right. What we listen? All right. So let's listen to "Frightened Rabbit."
Frightened Rabbit.
And
Swim until you can't see land.
Can't see land. We're back.
Howling mad.
Hey, Austin.
Yeah.
What do you think about Beck?
I like Beck. All
right, here we go.
No, man. All right, so this is just, once again, just kind of going through a back catalog. I never listened to Sea Change. I think it's a album. I want to say that was, I looked it up earlier, 2004, 2002, some shit like that. It was immediately after he'd gone through a breakup.
Do you know who he was married to?
Lee something?
Did you ever see Dazed and Confused?
Yeah.
The redhead in that?
Okay.
The Matthew McConaughey was...
Yeah.
I get older, they stay the same age. She had the afro.
All right.
Yeah, that's who he married.
Okay.
She cheated on him.
Wow.
Cheated on Beck.
Shit.
Yeah, and they were also a Scientologist.
Wow.
I don't understand that whole thing.
Nah.
Well,
It's all about money.
It's a Hollywood thing.
yeah, well.
Hollywood. Yeah,
Dude.
Normal people aren't Scientologists.
We believe in Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
You weirdo.
No, it's either like it's like you have like a normal religion or you don't believe in anything, but like normal people just don't like, yeah, I'm a Scientologist.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never ran into just
like the person at the grocery store that bags your groceries.
Yeah.
There was some comedian that was talking about Scientology, and he was like he can't take it serious because like their founder's name was Ron.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
dude, L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, but that really is a good point though. So like, where's my fucking convenience store Scientologist? Where is my
Money. Somebody like working in the movie theater, like making your popcorn, and be like, hey, have you heard about the glory of Scientology?
Exactly, man. Can I tell you about the holy scripture of Elron?
Right.
Honestly, I don't know anything about the religion now.
The Dianet. I remember seeing the commercials for Dianetics when I was a kid.
So yeah, it's a weird thing that I want to say was started in the 50s or 60s.
So, yeah.
The homeboy's name was L. Ron Hubbard. He came up with all this, backstory that,
he was a failed science fiction writer.
Worthy of your normal fiction, dude, or whatever, dude. Nothing special. But he did Dianetics, was it?
Yeah.
And then he also threw in for Battlefield Earth, starring John Travolta, which was a crazy, weird old movie. That
From
had,
like the late 90s.
Yeah. That they tried to loosely tie in with his fucking religion.
Well, L. Ron Hubbard wrote it.
Yeah.
I like John Travolta.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw this skit the other day, or it was a video of Grease Lightning, like the song Grease Lightning from the movie. But everybody was dancing and singing, but there was no music. It was just like a cappella. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Damn. I think what's interesting to note about Scientology though is that if you don't speak to them or speak about them in a very positive light, they are known to be exceptionally lawsuit happy.
Yeah.
In fact, there is an entire South Park episode relating to it, where at the
Chef, right?
Because Chef, because once again, the creators of South Park made a great point that.
We'll edit all this out then.
No, I mean, like, hey, but it's interesting. It's interesting because Isaac Hayes, the voice behind Chef, he was a Scientologist, and so like they do all these episodes ripping on fucking a multitude of religions and practices and beliefs. And then they get to Scientology, and all of a sudden Isaac Hayes is like, no, homie, fucking that's a line too fucking far right there. Can't make fun of Scientology. So then, of course, they're like, well, now we got to do it, man. Like, you kind of fucking forced our hands. So that's what happened with the falling out of Chef and South Park.
Yeah.
And but what's weird too about that is if you watch the episode, and I'm not sure if it actually is that one. The one where they actually kill off Chef. I think it's actually the one where Tom Cruise is in the closet, because that's a whole thing.
I don't remember that one.
But because he's a Scientologist as well. At the end of the episode, every single person's name is like Jane Doe or John Doe because of the whole fucking lawsuit happy Scientology, because the entire episode was just them ripping the fuck out of Scientology, dude. Like, and there would be points at the bottom of the episode where they'd like, put like almost like fucking subtitles on there that was like, this is actually what Scientologists believe. And of course the animations are ridiculous, the backstory is ridiculous, but
I'll have to check that one out.
Oh, fucking great episode.
I remember they did the one with the was it the Mormons?
Oh yeah, like I said, they ripped the fuck out of them too. Oh my god,
the actual story.
Yeah, and like once again at the bottom is like, this is actually what Mormons believe. And it was like
the creators of South Park are Mormon.
I'm not sure if they're actually Mormon, but I mean, like they definitely they've made fun of them.
No,
a
they
ton of
are.
They wrote
times.
the
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon, yeah.
I mean, I think they
Yeah.
might have been raised that way, but I'm not sure
Yeah, I don't know
if
if they
s-
still
yeah.
practice, but I think they're released right.
Yeah, I could.
Did
totally
you see
that.
the South Park movie?
Oh, absolutely.
And like everybody goes down to hell, and they're like, "Well, who was right?" They're like, "Oh, it
Yeah,
was
only
the
the
Mormons."
Yeah,
And they're
dude.
Like, oh,
Yeah. Oh,
I'll tell you,
dude.
any Mormon I ever met was very nice. That's
Yeah?
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I've been to several different religious services, like just about everything you can think of, like Judaism and Catholicism and Muslim and Mormon and Baptist and everything. And one thing that I can say about the Mormons is every time that I went to a service, I took something away from it.
Huh.
I didn't agree with everything they said. Often I didn't agree with a lot of it, but I was able to relate something to my life during every service that I went to. And I can't say that about any other religion I've ever been to.
I was raised Catholic, so that was fun.
Burning.
Yeah, but
Burning.
churches were nice.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. The architecture's dope as shit, man.
Yeah, shit's all over all the other ones.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, man, they got that fucking like 4,000-year head start. You know?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, so speaking of like secret societies, not many people know this. So this is like a spoiler alert on Chris Lane.
Hold on a second.
Ooh,
Hold on a second. Hold on
shit.
a second.
Are we going
hot
take?
Yeah, there you go. So one time I was invited to join the Freemasons, and I was just like way too busy about life, and I was like, I just don't have time for that. I don't think many people can say they turned down joining the Freemasons, but I it was just like this really weird thing because I was like, he's like explaining to me what little he's allowed to explain to me to get me to join, and I'm just thinking like I don't know anything that you're saying. Like you're not giving me anything of substance, and you want me to like sign up to like join your society, and like he's telling me about all this work I've got to put in and all this stuff I've got to memorize and all these things, and I'm like, you won't even tell me what it's about.
It's weird.
And like, but you expect me to just like say, "Yep, I'll do it." It's just so strange.
There was a big Mason presence where I'm from. In fact, there was it's called Masonic Village, and it's my aunt's actually probably going to move there. It's like a huge community. It's like a city unto itself, and it's really nice. But yeah, so I knew a lot of Masons, and like there was a story about this one. He was friends with my grandfather, and he had a real temper, like really, really bad. And he was in a car or something, and somebody did something stupid, and he pulled up behind him, got out, punched the guy in the face. Jeez. So he had to go to court. So he found out, well, the judge is a Mason. So he's like, make sure you wear your pins. So he went there and got off.
No, that's the thing is they say like in the Army, they take like it's called a DA photo. It's like your official military photo with like all your ribbons and pins and all that stuff, and like that's what you present when you go to boards and stuff like that. If you're a Mason, you're not allowed to wear your ring in the picture because you get preferential treatment from other Masons and stuff. So like it's like a
fraternity, man.
Yeah. But like it's just everything about it's so secretive, and like there's these different levels, and like you have to do this memorization stuff to like earn the next degree. Yeah. Like, and I'm like, but what is it?
I think it's an interesting topic because, so let's just take it at face value of what you're saying here. Like, there's a lot of people out there that'll be like, all right, as an aside, people will be like, conspiracy theories are fucking absurd because how could anybody keep them a secret?
Yeah.
And so I'll kind of go into a vein like this. I'll be like, all right, well then explain the Freemasons to me. And I'll be like, well, I can't do that. I'm like, well, how? Because they're keeping it a secret. I'm like, okay, so then people can fucking keep secrets, huh? All right, well, like, you know, I mean, I'm just saying like, look, I'm not going to turn it into that conversation, but I'm just saying like, oh no,
cat just pulled everything
Attack
down.
Legato. I'm just saying, have an open mind. You know?
That
people can definitely keep secrets, and that, you know, maybe people have a reason to keep a secret that they would, you know, want to keep from a bunch of other people because we'd probably be really pissed about it.
Well, I've done some research into like how conspiracy theories come about, and it's like a lot of it is like people are like hardwired, like the human brain is hardwired to see patterns and things. So when you see something that doesn't make sense, you look for a pattern and then start connecting the dots, that aren't really there, or that are there, either way.
Yeah, you're just trying to make sense of everything.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of interesting. I think that's where a lot of it comes from, and then there's probably some truth to a lot of it too.
I think there has to be, like, because like you can concretely say it can't all be true, and it can't all be untrue. Like it can't be either one of those. It can't be either one of those extremes where it's all or nothing.
You can look at history, and you can see that like
stuff has happened before.
People that are put in power do some pretty terrible stuff, and they'll cover up a lot of crap,
and you can see that even on a small scale, like at say a manager for a fast food chain that fucks up, and of course like they want to cover it up and they have the means to do so they'll do it. So definitely.
So I mean, so there's definitely like some stuff like that like I was doing some I do like random research in history all the time, and lately I've been doing research on the Afghanistan war, which is even more interesting to me because I fought in the Afghanistan war. So to see what they're like displaying as history about the war that I was in is pretty interesting to see.
Oh yeah.
But one thing a lot of people don't know is like when they pulled out of Afghanistan, when they pulled all the troops out, the whole purpose of going to Afghanistan, like the reason that we said we were going, was to liberate the Afghan people from the Taliban regime, which is ironic because the U.S. funded the Taliban to take over Afghanistan in the first place, like,
to fight the Russians.
Fighting Russians all through the 90s. Mm-hmm. So now we say we're going to come in and liberate the people. Mm-hmm. Well, at the end, when we signed the treaty to like pull out of Afghanistan, we didn't sign the treaty with Afghanistan, with the government. We signed the treaty with the Taliban, and the Afghan government was actually left in the dark completely on what we were agreeing to with the Taliban. So we agreed to pull out troops and basically stop attacking them and like just leave. Like we said we're still going to defend ourselves and like the Afghan soldiers. If you're attacking them, we're going to defend them because we're here, but we won't come out and attack you, and then we'll just leave. And like we did all this, like I said, completely leaving the Afghan government in the dark and knowing that they were just going to take over power when we left again.
Sure. And this is what, started in 2001 and went all the way into...
It's the longest war in U.S. history.
Into 2023, was it? Or 2022?
2022 was when they finally pulled out.
And that's insane.
So it's the longest war in U.S. history. Mm-hmm. And, it surpassed the Vietnam War by like 6 months. Yeah. And definitely the most expensive war. Yeah. And the most pointless. Because, like, literally we didn't accomplish anything.
We ended up right back at the beginning.
Yeah.
We ended up right back at the beginning.
And really, I mean, if you want to break it down, like the whole reason, like we went in the first place was, I don't know how we got on this topic.
Hey, you know what? Look, we veer off and we just roll with it, man.
So basically, we wanted to get Osama bin Laden.
Sure. Response to 2001.
Yeah. So we said, hey, you need to send this guy to us, and they were like, well, we will if you show us proof that he was involved. And we didn't have proof, so we said, all right, well, we're coming to get him.
Anyway.
Because they needed to do something to show force.
Yeah. And the whole reason that it was kind of the same thing with the withdrawal. It was like Trump was like, I said I was going to end the Afghanistan war, so I'm going to end it.
No.
And it was like, I don't care. Like all of the intelligence community and like everybody like in like the committees and Congress and all this stuff are like, we can't just pull out like this. We can't just like, it's just we're gonna right back where we started.
It's really weird because he's such a well thought out person.
So it was just like, it's just so like, it doesn't matter how you feel on Trump, but it's like, it's like people in power, they'll do crazy things to accomplish like a one thing that they think is important.
Absolutely, man.
So when it comes to conspiracy theories. I mean, there's definitely some stuff out there that make you turn your head.
Hell yeah.
I think
And then there's also like, all right, guys, the Earth isn't flat. Like,
Sure,
let's move on.
And I think that's
MC Ren was the best rapper.
well. Hey, you know, look, that's indisputable. But no, and I think there is a general conflation there because I think it's okay to be like, yo, man, question your shit.
Oh yeah,
that
for
fucking
sure.
needs questioning.
Everybody needs to question things. Like, and that's like the biggest problem with why conspiracy theories are fed so much, like the false ones, and why truth doesn't get out is because of confirmation bias.
Sure,
people just seek out information that confirms their own biases.
definitely.
And I make a conscious effort to do the opposite.
Sure.
So like there's a ton of people on Facebook and Twitter and stuff that I follow specifically, like that I agree the opposite with on political views.
Sure.
But I follow them to see what they're actually saying.
Yeah,
'Cause
what are they saying?
People will say like, "Oh, well, Trump said this." I'm like,
Did he?
"Did he?
Yeah, did he?
Like, how did he actually say?"
Sure,
it?
sure.
So I'll
Sure.
see what he says, and I can form my own opinion.
And I mean, and
of the
same,
situation.
and same vice versa, man. Like whenever somebody's gonna talk shit about Biden, you know, I want to see what
Exactly.
did he actually fucking say,
Exactly.
dude. So like we can get an idea. And like,
And I'm not a big fan of Biden either.
No, at the end of the day, once again, we're being ruled by dicks. You know, like we're being ruled by dicks who are looking out for themselves.
Stop being a dick.
Like,
man.
just stop being a dick, dude. Like, help your fucking country out.
Every election,
Fix the roads.
Yeah, that's it, man.
every time we have an election, I just look and I'm like, is this the best we have? To offer?
Exactly, man. And like, and that's what's so ironic.
It's like we're just a big joke to the rest of the world.
because we keep on just giving into like an apathy of like, well, you know what, we only got these two choices, so that's what we're gonna go with. And it's just like, man, well, then maybe really start entertaining that goddamn third after a while, man. But like, people are so afraid to just fucking try. I mean, like, look at it this way: if Trump hadn't run for president under the Republican banner, he would have never won. Fucking period. So that's an interesting thing, that all he had to do was this one thing, you know.
Well, and the thing is, like, he was a Democrat before that.
Absolutely.
Like, he was a huge supporter of Hillary Clinton, and like,
and you can even see
way.
his plays were insanely transparent. Mike Pence was only brought on to shore up the Christian conservative vote who was on the fence about a playboy fucking philanthropist billionaire, you know, fucking the Tony Stark trying to get in. So like, it's fucking ridiculous that like we realize we're doing the wrong thing as a nation, but we're just like, well, if I don't do this, then the other guy's gonna fucking win. I can't have that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fucking blow my head off anyway, dude. Like, it's so dumb, dude. Like,
yeah, it's just like everybody's like, I don't know, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like with I didn't like Hillary.
no, you fucking shouldn't.
But
Fucking shouldn't.
But like, for me, looking at that election, it's like, okay, Hillary, if she wins, it's basically going to be the same nonsense that we've had for the past 4 years. And like, sure, she's an idiot, and this isn't going to be good, but like, it's not going to be terrible.
I think the fucking second that Epstein connection came in, fuck that, man. It would be exactly as fucking terrible as Trump. Actually, fucking, I would argue even worse, because like, those fucking people, man, like, are the fucking sickest people on the planet, and yet they convince you they're not that bad. I think fucking the fact, you cannot tell me the Secretary of State under Obama, Hillary Clinton, had no fucking idea her husband was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, world-class pedophile. You can't fucking tell me that. You cannot fucking tell me that Obama didn't know that shit either. Motherfucker has access to the most robust intelligence system in the fucking world, and you can't tell me they don't know who they're hanging out with. I don't buy it, man. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is it's like you said, people will hide and cover up things.
It's crazy, man. I mean, we watched that dude die in a fucking maximum security prison jail, and the fucking guards were asleep and the cameras failed. That's fucking insane to me. In a modern fucking world, that is insane to me.
That's why I watch Columbo. I watch old like 70s TV.
He comes in with the bombshell and just solves it.
That's
dude.
it. I just have one more question. I got one more question for you.
Brings in the bombshell, and that's fucking it.
Yeah,
they got him 9 ways from Sunday. Can't get out of it either.
Well, it's like like social media. I don't really get on social media a ton anymore.
No, me neither.
You know, it's like
it's toxic. I just stay away from it.
Yeah, like I like YouTube. I like getting on YouTube and watching my videos.
But what's crazy is that
know,
what's crazy is that all this shit though was like 2016 for me.
Mhm.
Like this isn't something that I still keep up with anymore because it is toxic and it does fucking absolutely drain the shit out of you to realize that you are being ruled by horrible fucking people.
Well,
man.
I worked at the Channel 6 News, and I ran all the audio for the morning news broadcast, and I was just so depressed all the time.
Oh, I bet.
It's like, yeah, this is terrible. Like, what? Like, because I never watch the news, you know, but I'm just like surrounded by it all the time.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
That's something like
I'm so much happier now that I'm not doing that.
Like I'll put like when I get home from work, I'll put on the local news like a little bit, you know, but that's it, because if I keep the TV on and like the ABC nightly news comes on, it is just like death, destruction. It is just the most.
Yeah, if you watch the news,
oh my god.
Yeah, if you watch the news, you think that like everybody's just killing each other all the time, and like no, everybody hates everybody.
And that's the point, man. Let's be realistic. That's the fucking point of it, because they know. I worked in a newspaper before as well, fucking and had access to readers and AP all the time through the early 2000s, fucking through the Bush administration and all that shit. And you know, fucking just as true as it was then and 20 years before then, fucking as it is now, if it bleeds, it leads, man, because they want, like, they know that is going to have more of a visceral reaction than like man saves puppy dog or feel good story.
They
like
the end.
Yeah, your feel good isn't going to fucking hit the same way as finding out a shooter took to some fucking place and did a terrible thing, dude. Like, it's not as visceral as that. And so yeah, man, I mean, our media is once again part of the fucking issue, right? Because like there's nothing to look forward to in our media, so people just check the fuck out when they're supposed to be keeping an eye on shit for us and making sure shit's running tight. And it's just not fucking there at all.
No, it's not journalism anymore. It's like, how can we get ratings and how can we make money?
Yeah, because there's no money in it anymore.
Right. They
they
want
newspapers. No one's watching TV like they used to.
Once again, it's a whole fucking industry that got flipped on its dome and never did really anything to adapt.
No, and it's just continued to
like
go
music.
downhill.
Like record
Yeah.
companies.
Well, I mean, like
thing.
it is the rise of the internet, and the internet is the singular most species defining change everybody alive has gone through. And I would say at this point, it has done more to change the world than the fucking atom bomb, man. Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, I was watching. I was reading something about that the other day, and it's like a lot of these like technological advances took decades to do, and like generations of like watching these changes happen, and this is like the quickest.
It's just explosive.
Such dramatic change.
It's explosive,
and it's just like our like people's minds aren't programmed to handle so much change so quickly.
So the
and
societal
now we're just
aspects,
like constant influx, constant change all the time.
Absolutely, the societal aspects can't keep up. Like, our primitive brains cannot keep up with the technological leaps that are fucking happening. Even though we like the people programming the AI understand what they're doing, but they can't comprehend the unintended consequences of what fucking can be. And like it's that stupid statement that you can never fucking reconcile. Expect it when you least expect it, right? Like, how the fuck am I supposed to expect it though? You know.
Well, like if you think about it, like 100 years ago, in East Tennessee, 100 years ago, most people had to walk everywhere they went.
Everywhere, man. Yeah.
Like, because the terrain was so bad, they couldn't take wagons. There wasn't roads. Everybody was walking everywhere.
Dude, there is just
100 years ago.
There is just no way you can throw most modern people into that mindset.
No,
anymore.
like, I mean,
it's so foreign.
They would go days without seeing anybody outside their immediate family.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
And
man.
now it's like everybody has to have their phone attached.
Contact
100%.
all the time. Yeah,
I had wild. I had a balls deep question. I actually asked it the last episode too, and it was here. Let's just do it. Let's do it.
Let's get balls deep on this bitch.
I'll tell you what. Let's listen to your song first.
Okay, all right. Look,
and then we'll come back and do balls deep.
Look, I'm gonna break it down real quick. It's a really sad Beck song that's fucking really good, really clean. Fucking, I need to listen to more of this album because it's dope.
Super action talk.
All right, here we go. Here is Beck and Guess I'm Doing Fine. So
This is the best broadcast I've ever been on.
We're gonna have to break this one into 2 parts.
yeah, right. It's like a fucking Rogan episode. All right, so this is a part of the podcast where we go
balls deep.
Let's get it.
All right, so here's my question. This is the question I asked on the last.
You
one,
told
too.
me about that, but you didn't tell me about the splash.
Balls deep.
Chris, would you rather live 100 years in the future or 100 years in the past?
Oh, wow.
Balls deep.
That is a super interesting question.
Tell me about it.
Balls
I would
deep.
I would say the past for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
And a lot of reasons, really. I mean, the future's kind of scary.
I think the most logical thought process to why I think most people would answer past is twofold. One, like you said, fucking future, who the fuck knows, which directly relates to the other point. You know what's going to happen in the past. You know what's coming, dude.
That's true.
So, like, not only do you know when the hits are going to happen, you can almost plan for them and fucking, like, situate them to your advantage.
That's true, but let's just say that, like,
Back to the Future.
they throw me in the past or in the future. Either way, and my mind's erased.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. I think that would be a little bit more fair of a
that's
metric
That's kind of what I'm saying.
because straight up, man.
Like, if I'm not gonna know what's gonna happen either way.
Okay.
But-
So like the future is unknown to you either way, even though that's
And the
hard to
future
relate.
is female.
And the past is unknown.
MCU.
Balls deep.
Like, the past is also unknown. Like, I can say, like, okay, I know
Right.
what happens now, but once I get there, like, I don't know, 100 years ago was middle of the World War II.
Yeah, 1923.
That's World War II, right?
No.
That would have been
44.
that would have been
41.
We would have just finished one.
Okay, right after World War One, then.
Or we might have, were we still in it?
No. World War I ended in 1918.
Okay.
Okay. So,
So yeah, you're getting into like the roaring 20s. Like
Yeah,
we're starting
like-
to come back for a little bit.
like the Great Depression and, like,
Well, yeah. No. I mean, like, dude,
That's
like,
30s.
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you throw me 100 years from now,
You're
100
gonna
years ago, like, I'm
face
gonna
some
live-
fucking
I'm gonna
times.
Live through the Great Depression,
You'd definitely be
the
getting
Great
your ass
Depression and
drafted.
World War II, and like all this stuff.
But
then-
just like on a daily basis,
Yeah,
you know, like
because
so would I rather live like primitive and in the woods and have to walk everywhere, or would I rather have like AI control over every aspect of my life,
yeah.
like drive cars?
Yeah.
yeah,
because like that's
and have air conditioning.
sure,
and, you know,
yeah, because you're gonna have
stuff.
modern amenity,
Yeah.
but like you're also gonna
which
have
is
them,
which is why I'd rather live in the future.
but like
I don't want to rough it.
I think there is a valid argument for saying like, you know,
Well, it's the same concept of like what we were just talking about with European culture versus American culture. Is like European culture is still a little more simple. Like they don't work 60 hours a week, and they like take time off, and like restaurants close in the middle of the day, you know, and like it's like a whole different culture over there. Like they value leisure time more, and that's how they used to be 100 years ago. I mean, like I said, people walked everywhere. There wasn't like this rush of like everything has to be right now and everything has to be all the time. It's like you enjoyed the time you had. Everybody from the grandmother to the 5-year-old played an instrument because you had the time to practice that and develop that, and like you had family bands, and like you travel to places to play music, but you were also self-sufficient. So like you grew your own food and you had all this stuff.
See, but do you have more time? Because I would argue you wouldn't.
right, you have to spend it doing all those things.
You actually have to live. You have to do these things to actually live. Like, depending on where you're at. If you're here, it's going to be different than if you're in New York. But, you know, like, you're going to, like, you don't have an 8-hour workday like you do now.
Yeah.
You know, like, you still have child labor. You know, it's like medicine isn't what it is now. It isn't even what it is now. You know, it's
I don't
like
medicine anyways.
Right.
you know, if you get polio, you're going to be in a wheelchair. So, But it's, I'm just saying. It's
No,
like,
I get it. There's definitely advantages and disadvantages. I don't know the future.
That's why I want to know what you would do.
Balls deep.
That's it. You got to get deep.
You got to get deep. Hear that splash?
I'd still say the past.
Yeah? Okay. What about you?
Even with polio and everything.
So, I mean, obviously, like the argument of whether or not things are going to be better in the future, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think in the past would be dope, dude, because it would be cool to go back to feeling like you earned your keep in life, because like modern convenience definitely does cheapen the way you feel about life in general, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like it's hard to feel like you've really accomplished anything. Like when you think back 100 years, like maybe you went and, even just, I guess, to a butcher, for just a fucking piece of meat that you were going to cook that like, you were like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do, I got this stuff planned around it, where like now it's like, more people are like, all right, I'm just going to go to like a restaurant or to a fast food joint, get my shit. Or, conversely to the grocery store, maybe in the future, maybe we get the things where you like punch the number into the fucking like microwave looking thing and it just grows it for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's happening in the future.
Shit.
Yeah, like, what is it? Back to the Future, where she puts the little mini pizza thing in. Bloop,
the hydrator.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, dude, convenience.
Well, like my thing is 100 years ago, like things were new, things were happening, things were changing. You could, if you were to drop me in 100 years ago, you see the development of a culture and of a nation.
Well, I think you'd also want, I think you'd want a key, once again, clarification point on this scenario here.
You're making this shit way too complicated.
How the fuck old?
Oh no, we're getting balls deep.
Well, just how the fuck old am I?
Deep.
Like, am I like fucking newborn level going at it from the beginning, or am I already in my 20s and fucking established here where like I can go do shit? Because like if I got to go through kid shit, fuck the past. We ain't doing that shit. I ain't doing that shit because
I don't know, but what do you think's gonna happen to kids in the future?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like I got a better chance in the future than I do in the past, where kids weren't exactly regarded with like,
I don't know,
working in a goddamn coal mine.
I mean, like, dude,
100 years ago, you get married at like 14.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, like,
that's not a good argument.
Well, I think that's one of those things where we were dying so fast. It was like, yeah, you better fucking get to it, dude, because the next 5 years ain't fucking guaranteed, honey.
No, I don't know. I just like I said, the past.
Hey, if I'm 20s, fucking past. If I'm newborn, fucking future, man. That's my criteria.
Well,
right
it's
there.
like we were just talking about, like this society is changing so quickly and like everything's developed so fast, like in a short amount of time, that there's not much more advancement we're gonna see. Especially if you skip the next 100 years, you're skipping everything. You're skipping like flying cars and self-driving cars and AI and all that stuff. All that stuff's going to be around 100 years from now. So like, there's nothing new anymore. It's just like, yeah, this is what life is like now.
But I mean, the condition was it's all new to me.
If you go, but it's not though. Like maybe for the first few days.
Well, I mean, I'd argue that, like, I mean, I've been out in nature, dude, like, and I've built some shit in my time, like that was pretty much the same thing, fucking after X amount of time.
No, but if you go back 100 years, and you start living that, you're gonna see the development of cars and planes and cities and roads and nations.
But we didn't know that though. I mean, like, and there is a potential for a lot of different shit as far as space travel is required, because like that's a frontier. Much like in the 1400s and 1300s, where
if you want to bring it in space, that's a whole different story.
I mean, like there's a potential there that like in the next 100 years, if we even start like harvesting fucking asteroids, so that we're not strip mining Africa for our rare earth metals anymore, I think that's a fucking dope progress for us to get to, or at least a goal to aim to like, okay, if we can't fucking save the planet, let's minimize the fucking damage while we're here until we figure out what else we can do, man.
I think for sure
sex robots.
Yeah, I
think like climate change and all that kind of stuff is important topics, and like saving the planet is good to discuss. But also, like if you look at the science behind it, like eventually the Earth, the sun is going to expand so much that the Earth is going to be uninhabitable and it's going to burn up the atmosphere. So if you really want to save humanity,
you have to leave.
There's got to be another place.
You have to leave, man.
So like, let's talk about saving the Earth, but like, let's focus some energy on this.
I think it's the same thing behind watching, say, an addict or somebody who, like, even just something simple like cigarettes. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, you're gonna die because of that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna die anyway, regardless of whether or not I stop that. So like, it's not an issue of like nihilism, but more like, let's just be realistic about it. Like you said, like, or like you were saying, like, the Earth is a living organism. By that definition, it's got to die. Like, just by that definition, if something is living, therefore one day it must die. Like, that's just how it's got to be.
Yeah.
Whether or not our definition fits that definition, whatever, dude. But like, so saving the planet is a folly because you can't save something that eventually is going to die. Just like,
it's just prolonging the inevitable.
right. So like but like you said, though, let's minimize the damage. Let's figure out some better solutions. Like I said, maybe maybe
we definitely need to not give up. Like, it's important and we need to discuss it.
Exactly.
But also
let's realize the reality.
Yeah, there needs to be some attention.
Fuck yeah, man. Dude, I just want to start. I just want like Christopher Columbus 2.0, right?
Yeah.
We're just fucking sending a shit ton of people out into space just to find shit. Like, dude, I'm not sure if we're coming back. We're going to take care of your family in the event you don't come back. But, like, good luck, Bring back some good shit for us, Like,
take pictures.
Yeah, I'd be fucking sick. I would do it. Would you go to space if given the chance?
That was a balls deep question on
That's a tough balls deep, man.
I've got kids.
Yeah.
If I didn't have kids, maybe.
Yeah. I would love to. I would fucking love, and I do have family, man. But I would love to. Whoa! Pump the brakes.
Kids change.
Emma, I love you.
Kids change everything.
Hey, do you think I'd go?
I don't think you would. You would hate it.
You're goddamn right.
You would hate being.
And I don't have any fucking kids.
You would, dude, being trapped inside a monotonous cage for fucking years, dude. No, you would. No,
I'm a social animal.
Yeah, dude. No, not happening, man. Yeah. I would love it. I would love it.
Nah, that sounds terrible to me. All right, so that was our
balls deep.
That was by far the deepest balls deep we've ever had. All right, so one more song, and then we're gonna.
You asked me a question. I'm gonna answer it.
Hell yeah!
After this song, we're gonna eat tacos.
Yeah.
All right, so the Hives is one of my favorite bands, and they have.
Pop.
Oh my god, it's fantastic, fantastic. I think they're Danish.
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay,
but
they were part of the trend where everybody had the Strokes. Yeah,
but they were.
They were.
Wow.
I love the Who.
I can't stand the Who. I like the early.
Look, we clash on some shit.
Early '60s Who is better than late '70s. Who.
Agreed, 100%.
Except I like Eminence Front. I like that song.
I like Quadrophenia.
Yeah, it's all right. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. We're getting off topic again.
We're
off
topic.
Sorry.
But I like the Hives, and they're coming back with a new album, and they just had a new video come out, and it's
dope.
I can't believe they can even show it on YouTube because it's so violent.
Really?
It's basically a takeoff Evil Dead 2.
No shit.
Where they're in a cabin.
Oh, I'm gonna check this out,
dude. It is bloody as fuck.
Is this what we're listening to right now?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It is called Bogus Operandi.
All right.
And it's again one of my favorite bands. It's fantastic. It's silly. It's catchy.
Hell
you know. They all dress the same, which I've always wanted to be in a band where they all dress the same.
Man.
Yeah,
it's sharp.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah, it's a good look. It really is. I thought about that with MD, but like, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I thought,
especially at this point.
Well,
10 years in.
Yeah. I mean, the Adidas tracksuits was a good idea, dude.
Hey,
it is.
I'll join your band, and then we can all wear the same shirt all the time.
Dude.
There you go.
There it is.
All right. Yeah, well, that was by far our probably one of the longest episodes.
Yeah, we clocked it in on this one. We really did.
Not bad.
Awesome.
I feel good about it. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me. This has been a ton of fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
You want to plug your wares one more time?
Sure. Yeah. So realknoxvillemusic.com. Check it out. Just a bunch of local singer-songwriters doing the thing, and we're promoting it and having people up in the Sunsphere and playing music, and it's just a bunch of rotations, so you can listen to it anytime you want. And there's a bunch of archives on Spotify's and the other places.
Very cool.
Okay, so you play. So how do you do that? Do you play like the interview we did on the website, and then you move it to Spotify?
Yeah. So if you go to the website, there's a player right there that you hit play on all day long, and you listen to it, whatever. And we have the scheduled shows. That's where they're at, and they're live there. And then right next to that, there's a little button that says archives.
Okay.
And you click on that, and it takes you to Spotify, and there's a list of every episode we've ever done.
Oh, that's
At
cool.
least all the ones that I've put on Spotify.
All
There's probably double the amount that are on there that I haven't uploaded yet.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm really bad at doing that.
It's a process.
Yeah, no shit.
It is a long process.
Yeah. So there's a ton. I honestly don't even know how many episodes we've done.
Really?
Because we've had so many different shows throughout the past few years, and the Bass Jam has been since the beginning, like an episode a week for the past 3 years.
That is so much material, man.
That's a
And
lot.
then so like we've got, oh my gosh, we've got so many. And then like I was doing some just sporadically, like the ones I did with you guys. Like literally, like I said, I just do the ones that I like to do.
Right.
So I really like these guys. I'm gonna bring them in the Sun Sphere, and like, but if it's like
Want
somebody
to hit them numbers, getting us in there.
so it's like, and that's kind of my whole approach to the whole thing is like, is I just like talking to the people that I like to talk to, and like listen to the music that I like to listen to, and like support the community and have a good time doing it.
Cool. Well,
Right
there
on,
you go.
man.
All right, Austin, you got anything to promote?
I got nothing, man. Nah, man. I mean, we're selling that barbecue out there in Loudon still. If anybody wants to eat it.
Nice.
Right there on 72, Taste-O, Texas, you know.
Taste-O.
Taste O Texas.
Smoked meats and rock beats.
And the Mass Driver website is, I'm trying to promote it more. I
Oh,
keep
yeah.
forgetting we have one.
Yeah, we do have one.
That's superactionrock.com. It's
Super Action Rock.
It's going to blow your mind if you go to it. I'm a pretty good web designer. Is that what they're called?
Dude.
I'm really not.
Dude, raking in them HTML bucks.
Oh, dude, right up the fucking pooper, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, all right, well, let me go over here and press this button. Thanks for tuning in again, episode 71, and we will catch you next time. See you later.
See ya.